Sagittarius, I am here with your November forecast for 2018. How is everybody? I hope you're all well. Thank you for joining me on my channel. I am Natalie and I am here to give you a bit of insight into what November may hold for you. Now, as I get straight into it, I need to talk about the word trust. Trust is a really big word for November for you, Sagittarius. And as much as I need to say it's for other people, it's about external, I need to talk about trusting your own inner voice. There's a few of you that have been feeling that inner voice and hearing that guidance, but you have ignored it, or you thought through better judgment that, you know, it's not right, and you've gone on ahead only to find that you should have trusted yourself in the first place. It does feel very much as though November is going to be a month of you honing that in. There's going to be opportunities where you're going to be able to trust in yourself, in what you know deep inside you in your belly, and be able to project that rather than listening to other people telling you to follow them down this path and that path. So do listen to your gut, listen to that inner voice telling you what you need to do, and if in doubt, always trust yourself. I also do feel very much as of the 10th of November, this month is going to be very much about self-nurturing, self-care, looking after yourself. And that's not just about bubbly baths or getting to bed early. That is about food, that is about paying your bills, that is about, actually, I need to talk about getting out of a funk. So if you understand that everything's just snowballed and you have bills coming out of your ears, you have no food in the cupboards, that's where that self-care is going to sit. So just do be aware that that's going to happen from about the 10th of November onwards, and by the end of the month you're going to be feeling much more on top of things and with it, if that makes sense. Okay, so I also need to talk about the word sensitivity is coming up quite prominently. There will be a certain amount of you that are becoming much more sensitive. Your vibration is changing, and therefore you are having to look at every aspect of your life and what you need to take away from your life, what is no longer working, but also the harshness of things. So that may mean food, that may mean how you clean your house, the chemicals that you do or do not use, and that may also mean stepping away from relationships that are a bit too harsh for you now. And that is simply because you are raising your vibration, you are moving on up, and you're going to be stepping into a different level of vibration. Now, do be aware that sometimes this can lead to emotional breakouts. So if you do find that you are a lot more tearful than normal, then go within, take a moment to just check out where that sits. Check out whether or not there's something that you can do in order to switch that up, or if it is something that is out of your control. Normally there's always something we can do, but we are only in control of our own thoughts and actions. So do take that on board if you are, you know, one of those that are feeling the need to go through and see what no longer is serving you because you're becoming more sensitive. Now, I do need to say, from the 20th, it could be the 20th until the end of November, but definitely around about the 20th, it's all about laughing. Sagittarius, you can sometimes become quite stagnant in your view on life. And that's not a bad thing if you've got things to do and you need that focus, but you do need to have a good laugh too. So there are going to be situations where you have the opportunity, and I'm not just on about having a giggle, I'm on about having a good full-on belly laugh, whether that's by yourself because you're watching some sort of comedy, or you've had a thought come to your head, or whether you're actually off out with friends or family to enjoy yourself and get out there. It does feel very much as though this has been a long time coming. You don't go out very often, Sagittarius, but when you do, you know how to party. So just be aware if your mood starts feeling a little bit lower around about the 20th, you just need a good laugh. That's going to really pick you up. Now, I'm going to go back to the inner trust a little bit more, because that does feel like I need to expand on that. I know that you're an all-in, all-out kind of person, so I'm going to jump both feet, or I'm going to jump out both feet. But sometimes it's about taking those baby steps, and you've often found in the past that you will get burnt when you jump in with both feet. So trust that inner voice, but then take baby steps. Now, for some of you, you will have gone against your intuition for most of your life because you've been led by others. You are a strong head, but at the same time, you do like a good plan. You do like to know what's ahead. And spontaneous is not a word that I would generally use with you. Now, you may find that you become more spontaneous this month, and I do feel that has something to do with needing that laugh and going out and enjoying yourself. And I do know that you do need to be getting out a little bit more. I know that you prefer to stay in, snuggle up, especially this time of year in the UK. It's starting to get cold and dark, and obviously we have just had another turning of the wheel. But do wrap up warm and get out if you can, even for a small amount of time each day. It will help to clear your head. It will also help you to trust your intuition a bit more, because the less clouded we are inside, the clearer we are able to hear that voice and also then believe in that voice. I do feel that for some of you, you may be stepping away from a certain social situation or a social group. Again, that is not something that you need to be fearful of. That is simply because you are aware of your limits and your boundaries, and they are changing. They are moving forwards. Doesn't mean other people are wrong, but it just means that that social group isn't quite fitting for you anymore, and you can feel that, you know that. And you've tried for a while to switch things up, but you're still feeling either isolated or on the outside looking in. Do know it's okay to step away from any situation that no longer serves you, and you are not at liberty to have to explain yourself to anyone. Now, I do feel very much that, especially in the last week of November, it's going to be quite good for you to talk, Sagittarius, because it is very easy for you to jump both feet, and then when something goes wrong and you get burnt, you decide that you need to cut off completely, shut down, and lick your wounds in a way. Now, again, nothing wrong with that, but sometimes jumping the gun can lead us to places where we didn't need to get to in the first place. And that does feel like miscommunication or no communication. Be aware of that. Take a deep breath before you text back if it's through text. Take a deep breath before you answer somebody, just to make sure you're in the right space to answer them. Okay. I know that for some of you that are really appreciative of the outside world, it feels as though you are going to really spend quite a bit of time of November outside, but connecting into the energy of the land. That is important because we have so much to learn, and you are no different from anyone else. Everyone has stuff to learn. For you, Sagittarius, it's about really tuning in and understanding what Mother Earth has got to say right now. She has a lot to give for those that choose to listen. I do believe this taps into your sensitivity and also the need to nurture yourself. And in nurturing ourselves, we do nurture Mother Earth and all that dwell on her. So helping yourself is in turn helping other people. And that's the name of the game. Now Sagittarius, there are going to be quite a few experiences in November that you are going to be able to take wisdom from, and in the moment it may feel like something that is a little tight, like clothing that's too tight where it just doesn't feel right. Do know that in a month or two you're going to be able to sit back and look on these situations and they would have been like throwing pebbles in the water. At the moment or going into those situations, they may feel extremely emotional, but when you take the emotion out a little bit down the line, you're going to find that you can then look at it with the wisdom that needs to be looked at it with and take what you need to from it rather than working from an emotional point. So Sagittarius, this month is all about trusting yourself, trusting your inner intuition, your inner voice, and helping it to grow so that you can rely on it daily with every situation you need to. We do all have that internal sat nav. It's just up to us whether or not we choose to hone that in and use it. It's also a month of self-care, self-nurturing, and I do feel like I need to say the word evaluating too. Do know that when those situations come up, it is okay to sit down with a piece of paper and a pen and write your thoughts down. It may help you to discern between what's really going on and what your mind has made from a molehill into a mountain. Understand that you are becoming more sensitive, you are stepping up, you are vibrating differently, and you may find that apparent with your relationships, food, cleaning products, anything that is lower vibrating. And do not forget that you need to laugh. November is a month where you are going to need good belly laughs. Do incorporate them in. I often find they are the best medicine for any situation. Now, thank you for watching. Thank you for waiting till the end and listening in. This is your month ahead, Sagittarius, in November. Do join me on Facebook, Natalie Collins Intuitive Medium. Do email me if you'd like to book a reading on nataliecollinsmedium@outlook.com, and do comment. Do let me know how your month goes. I will hold you in my thoughts, Sagittarius. Until next time, much love. Ciao for now.